Well, it's finally spring and we're here making a really fresh, beautiful spring dish. So I've got 2 pounds of zucchini. I've got olive oil, of course, extra virgin. I've got herbs, and you can use whatever you like, whatever you have in your refrigerator. I have some beautiful basil, but I would like you to use mint for this dish. So that's the only thing I'm gonna say should probably go in here because it's spring and we wanna emphasize all those beautiful springy ingredients. I have about a cup of halved or quartered if they're big cherry tomatoes. You know, I love multicolor. I have my Calabrian chili paste. You know, I can't cook without this. I'd say about a teaspoon, more to taste. We have a grated cheese and some lemon wedges. We're gonna put that on in the end. I have peas that are in the freezer. We're gonna leave them in the freezer until we need them. And just decided that I'm gonna put in some granulated garlic. I don't wanna use raw garlic here because I don't wanna do any frying on the stovetop. It's on high. And I'm gonna open my oven door and show you where my rack is. It's near the top. It's not at the tippy top, but it's the second rack down from the top. You can put it on the first rack, but if you do, I'd like you to just watch it carefully because it does burn. The goal here is to caramelize as much surface as possible of the squash, which is why I didn't cut it crosswise. So I cut it lengthwise because the surface area is so much more and I get so much more caramelization. So I'm just gonna show you quickly how to cut these. Just be very careful, use a sharp knife. And I'd say the planks are about a little less than 1/2 inch. You don't have to be precise, just do it the best you can, go slow. And you just wanna cut some nice, long planks, okay? Now, when you get to the end, just turn the squash around because if you try to cut this way, it's gonna fall over and you might have a little accident. I only know these things from experience. One last cut. A large sheet tray, and I'm gonna brush the sheet tray with some extra virgin olive oil. You don't have to use extra virgin. You can use regular olive oil. Just brush it. I like to brush the pan ahead of time. In cases like this, when I'm gonna be doing a broil, I don't want anything sticking to the pan. And this is like a little insurance policy. It just helps prevent all of that from happening. I'm gonna lay my planks out. Now, don't worry if they overlap a little bit. That's not gonna be an issue, all right? Then I'm gonna take more olive oil and just brush lightly, right? Brush the surface of the planks, okay? Nothing fancy. After this, we're just gonna salt and pepper generously. Again, from high up so that it distributes evenly, right? I'd say for me, this is about maybe 1.5 teaspoons. Some beautiful freshly ground black pepper. I kind of eyeball this, whatever you like. So I'm gonna broil this on high for about 3 to 4 minutes. And once this goes in the oven, I'm gonna set my timer, okay? Let's start it at 3 minutes. While that's happening, I'm gonna put my pasta in the pot. I'm gonna put a full pound of pasta in. Again, it's because I do want the leftovers this time. Once the pasta goes into the pot, I'm gonna cut away and then we're gonna come back and take it to the next step. Hi, we're back. So the pasta is just about a minute before al dente, so it's a little hard. This is when I'm gonna add my frozen peas. They're frozen. I'm just gonna put them right in the boiling water. No worries, just stir them around, okay? And let it go a little bit, just a bit longer. I'm gonna give this a stir, and I'm gonna taste a pea. I know they're pretty much done because they're so tiny, and they're done. I'm gonna put the mixture back in the pot and I'm gonna go back to the stove. To this, I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. By the time this video's out, the recipe will be posted. Raw cherry tomatoes, because I don't like to cook them too much. I like them raw, and again, the heat from the pasta will cook them. A teaspoon of granulated garlic, Calabrian chili paste. I'm just gonna give that a quick stir. And I want you to see how beautiful this zucchini looks. This is what I'm talking about. Everything is caramelized. So while you were gone, I flipped the squash, and it took about 5 minutes on each side to get it like this. I'm telling you, once you taste this, you won't believe how delicious zucchini can be. I'm just gonna chop it up. You don't have to do anything elaborate. You can use a knife. I would just use a knife, or it's so soft and delicious. I'm doing it in the pan. I don't wanna dirty any more dishes than I need to. Just scrape everything up together. It tastes so good this way. So there you go. You can make them a little larger if you want, a little smaller if you want. Everything, just push it right in. All those pan juices, if there's anything left, it's just more deliciousness. Scrape all those bits of brownness in. Delicious. And I talked to you a little bit about herbs. So today I have basil. I'm gonna show you how to make these into beautiful ribbons. But the mint leaves are stunningly large and gorgeous today too. So I do want you to put mint into the dish. You can put as much or as little as you want, depending on what you like. And since the leaves are so big, I'm gonna ribbon these as well. And the term really in culinary school, they teach you is chiffonade. And that means to cut into thin strips. I'm gonna roll them up and then just begin cutting thin strips. You do want to cut the mint last because the mint will begin to oxidize and turn brown. Mint and basil are actually in the same family. They're actually both part of the mint family. Did you know that? Actually, you could tell by the shape of the leaves, and they kind of look alike a little bit, don't they? So now I'm gonna do the same thing with the mint. Stack your leaves. I'm beginning to really love the abundance of lots and lots of herbs in the food I'm making. Again, it is spring and I wanna see all that green. So I guess I'd say this is about a lightly packed half cup. I'm gonna take all of that, scoop it up with my bench scraper, which I love using not just for baking, but for stuff like this as well. And I'm just gonna combine everything. Stir it all up. And oh, it smells so nice. It really does. You want everything integrated. Now you can add a little more oil if you like. Taste it, as I always say. Taste it and adjust to your liking. I will probably need more salt. I'll taste it right now. And I do. Okay. Sorry. A little more oil. Another tablespoon or so. So I would definitely serve this with lemon wedges because that will really, really brighten the entire dish up even more. And right now, I'm gonna plate this for you in this stunning bowl. Just put a little in a plate. It looks so good and it's a lot of green. I wanted the star to be the peas and the zucchini. Along with this, I'm just gonna add to each bowl a little lemon wedge, right? And of course you can add cheese to your taste. And that is it.